I want you to do a calculation with me right now. It's only going to take 30 seconds, and the number you arrive at will make you uncomfortable. But I think you need to see it. I want you to take the total blended cost of your leadership team: salaries, benefits, employer contributions. Now, for £3 million business with, say, about 4 or 5 leaders, I believe that would be roughly around £400,000 to £500,000 per year. For a £10 million business, it will be closer to 800,000 to £1 million. Now, what I want to do is estimate how many hours per week each leader spends in meetings, including the formal ones, board meetings, leadership meetings, department reviews, project updates. And what I want you to do is include the informal ones, the quick catch-ups that last 45 minutes, the corridor conversations that should have been agenda items, the one-to-ones that run over every single time. Now, in my diagnostic work, the answer is typically 10 to 15 hours per week per leader. Some businesses it is higher, some it is lower. Now, what I want you to do is multiply it out. 5 leaders, 12 hours of meeting per week each. That's 60 leadership hours per week consumed by meetings. Now, at a blended rate of roughly 50 to 80 pounds per hour, that is 3,000 to 4,800 pounds per week, 12,000 to 20,000 pounds per month, 150,000 to 240,000 pounds per year in leadership time alone consumed by meetings. Now, I want you to ask yourself the question that changes everything. Of all these meetings, of all those meeting hours, what percentage produced a decision with a named owner and a specific deadline? Now, in my experience, the answer is consistently 25 to 35%, which means 65 to 75% of that time, the vast majority of it, produces discussions, not decisions, not outcomes. Discussions that was polite, circular, and ultimately pointless. That is a meeting tax of the 100 to 180,000 pounds per year paid by your business every year for meetings that nobody cancelled, because cancelling them felt like admitting the last 18 months of meetings were a waste of time. So for those who don't know me, my name is Vijay Mistri. I'm a leadership operating systems architect. And today I want to talk about gap 9, which I call meeting dysfunction. But before I go deeper, let me explain what a gap is. So a gap is a specific, measurable dysfunction in your leadership system that I can identify, cost in pounds or dollars, and fix with a structural intervention. There are about 15 of them across 5 dimensions, which are collective intelligence, strategic clarity, governance architecture, cultural integrity, and financial command. Meeting dysfunction sits in governance architecture, which is typically the most expensive dimension, and it is the gap that every single CEO recognizes instantly because they live inside it every day. Now, let me tell you what I find when I look inside the meeting culture of a typical leadership team, because it is worse than the numbers suggest. The average leadership meeting has 8 to 12 items on the agenda. Of those, 2 to 3 will result in a decision with a named owner and a deadline, and the other 6 to 9 will be discussed, noted, acknowledged, or carried forward. Carried forward is the most expensive phrase in business, which means we talked about it, we did not decide, and we will talk about it again next month. So what happens? Same items appear month after month. January, February, March. Nobody questions why. Nobody challenges the format. Nobody asks, why are we discussing something for the 4th consecutive month without resolving it? Because challenging the meeting feels like challenging the CEO. And in most leadership teams, the CEO sets the agenda, dominates the discussion, speaks first on every item, and interprets silence as agreement. That is not facilitation. That is a monologue with an audience. And the leadership team has learned that attending is their job. Deciding is the CEO's job. So they sit, they listen, they nod, and the business pays £100,000 a year for that particular privilege. Now, here's the distinction that I think changes everything. There's a difference between meetings that discuss and meetings that decide. And most leadership teams have never separated the two. So a meeting that discusses is an open conversation where ideas are shared, concerns are raised, and perspectives are explored. Discussions are valuable. They have a place, but that place is not the leadership meeting. That place can be an email, a shared document, a 5-minute video update, a Slack message, anything that does not require 5 expensive leaders in a room for 2 hours. A meeting that decides is a structured session where every agenda item is framed as a decision question, not discussed pricing. Instead, do we approve a 5% price increase on the top 20 clients effective 1st July? Yes or no? That can be answered. It produces movement. It produces momentum, and it takes 15 minutes, not 45 minutes. When you convert your leadership meeting from a discussion forum to a decision forum, something remarkable is going to happen. The meeting shrinks from 2 to 3 hours to 90 minutes. The agenda shrinks from 12 items to 5 or 6 decision questions. The output multiplies from 2 decisions per meeting to 5 or 6. And the leadership team starts looking forward to the meeting because it is the one place where things actually happen. And this is what I call the decision sprint. 90 minutes, once a month, 5 rules. So here are the rules. The first rule: every item on the agenda is a decision question. If it cannot be framed as a question that can be answered, it does not belong in this particular meeting. The second rule: every item is time boxed, ideally to 15 minutes. If the team cannot decide in 15 minutes, it means the preparation was insufficient. The items goes back with a clear brief. The third rule: every decision is recorded with 3 things: what was decided, who owns it, and by when. Rule 4: the first 15 minutes is an accountability review. Every leader gives a 60-second rag status on last month's commitments. Green means on track, red means missed. The CEO goes first to model the behavior. And rule 5, the meeting ends at 90 minutes. There are no exceptions, there are no overruns. 5 rules, 90 minutes, 1 meeting, and it replaces the 8 to 15 meetings that currently consume your leadership team's calendar while producing almost nothing. And here's what you want: less time, more decisions, better outcomes. That is actually not theory. That is what happens when you change the architecture of how a leadership team works together. And that is the T in my impact model, which is traction. A 90-day execution rhythm with weekly tracking, monthly accountability, and quarterly recalibration. Without traction, even the best decisions are going to drift. So here's my challenge to you. This particular week, I want you to look at your leadership team's calendar for the next month. Count the meetings, count the hours, and then ask yourself these 2 questions. The first question: how many of those meetings could be replaced by a single 90-minute decision sprint? The second question: if you cancelled every meeting that did not produce a decision in the last 3 months, how many would you be left with? The answer to those two questions will tell you exactly how much meeting tax your business is paying. And I suspect the number will be higher than you want it to be. Now, if you want to test this dimension properly, then I have the CEO scorecard, which tests the governance architecture dimension where meeting dysfunction sits. There are only 5 questions, 60 seconds, free. And what I'll do is I'll leave the link in the description below. Or you could decide to take the Gap Unlock questionnaire at vijay.mistri.com. Just 12 questions, 3 minutes, and I personally review every response. I'll also leave that particular link below. Now, just one favor. If this is resonating, I would genuinely appreciate if you hit subscribe, because what I'm going to do is I'll be releasing a full series covering all 15 gaps and the insights that come with it. And subscribing means that you will not miss what is coming next. I'm Vijay Mistri, clarity first, impact fast. I'll see you in the next one.